Episode 5 of Quest to Q-School, and it's been a while since the last episode, and there's good reason for that. Well, actually, not good reason. Bad reason, if anything. I've been really struggling with my darts. Really struggling, having such a bad time. The thought of playing competitive darts has been getting me down. And the thought of going to Q-School, well, that's non-existent. But, having said that, I've been having lessons with Daniel Poole from Straight to the Point Darts, and he has said all along, you will get worse before you get better. And trust me, I've got a lot worse. But I had a lesson last week, and I finally started to turn the corner, and hopefully things are starting to pick up again, and I'm getting a little bit better. Now, the good news for you watching this, if you're a darts fan and want to improve your darts, is that me being so bad has allowed Dan to give me lots of tips on my throw, my technique, my grip, and even my psychology. And in this video, we're going to go through most of the lesson, not all of it, but a lot of the lesson. And hopefully you can pick up some tips and tricks from yourself from what I think is the best darts coach on the planet. I've yet to see one that's better than Dan. If he doesn't know it, it's not worth knowing, put it that way. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video.
You've always played better when you've been a bit more fiery.
Yeah.
If you look at players more like Lewis or Mangoin, they never look lethargic, you know? Plenty of energy in the throw. Plenty of energy, and you need to try and keep that a bit upbeat. You know? Sometimes it's thinking positively.
Yeah.
You know? Absolutely. Okay, so one of the reasons I think you're at one's immediately, but there's your thumb.
Yeah.
Okay? Aim the dart, but don't throw it. Okay? Radio, now draw back. Look at the shape of your hand. Now as you go forward, lift your wrist. Don't throw it, just lift your wrist really slowly. Now if your thumb and you should keep contact. You want to be pushing the thumb forward. Push the thumb forward to try and keep contact. Think of it this way, okay? The dart's quite high up on your thumb.
Yeah.
So if this dart thumb comes off a little bit early, then you're going to have pressure with these fingers and nothing supporting this side of the dart.
Yeah.
You're going to have the weight of these fingers as you're going through. And if it's got support on the left but nothing on the right, as a left-handed player, it's always going to want to drift. So it goes back to even pressure on the grip, but you need to be actually going through. So lift the base of the thumb and keep the thumb nice and tall, as if you're placing it.
Yeah.
More direct. It'll feel a bit like you're releasing later with the fingers. Yeah. Keep the wrist early, but the fingers later. Place it in. And don't turn your hand down.
So this is the thing, I know we've said this a few times about this lifting the thumb thing, but I just can't, it's something I can't get my head around. I can't get the feeling for it. It's something I actually think about all the time, especially when they're going in the one, because I know, like I said before, my hand shape, I'm pretty much coming, my dart's aiming right anyway, and I know it, but I just can't get that feeling without feeling like, the only way I can get the, so last night when I played, obviously I was really bad. I was that bad, I was just aiming at the treble 5, just trying to hit treble 5 and just pull and trying to literally just hoping it would pull back in. There was no, so I found that if I aim at the treble 5, my natural pull would bring it across a little bit. Otherwise, I was hitting, I couldn't not hit a 1. It was terrible.
Right, okay. So, two of the things I would look at anyway. That sounds like it's the way your hands are coordinated to your eyes as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So, that's a slightly different problem. So, not just with the dart be slipping, but it's likely that you need to draw back to a slightly different spot.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your alignment a little bit. Okay? Aim the dart, just show me the alignment you've currently got. Okay, now look at your elbow. Extend your hand forward and you see where it's pointing. Is it still under the double 3?
Yeah.
Okay, aim the dart again.
2 seconds, hang on.
So the alignment we've got is functional, just as a sticky. Okay, draw back. Show me where you normally draw back to.
This is the thing, I don't really know. Like,
You're right, you need to. And That's really, really important. You need to remember where your chest is pointing and where you're drawing back to.
This is the thing, I don't, because I can't see it, because I'm right, because I can't see where the dart is almost. I can see it, but it feels to me, I know it's not, it feels to me like it's here. I know it's not, but it feels like it's over here. But that's what it feels like. So for me to bring it, I get the feeling where if I want to bring it further back, I can't bring it into my nose, and I feel like I have to go even further. So then it feels like I'm almost like Joe Cullen, I'm like out here somewhere, and I've got no chance.
That's not going to work.
No.
Okay, so I would try to find the part of your anatomy we can get comfortable with.
Yeah.
I would try to draw back maybe to the corner of your lip.
Okay.
Let's start with that and just see. I'm going to have to play about with this because everyone's on like one is no different.
Yeah.
And you're going to find the bit that works for you.
Yeah. I think that would.
So try to draw it more to the centre of your lip. Not by you. Centre,
On
closer to the centre of your lip.
this side, yeah? On left side, yeah?
Yeah, just that. Okay, have a couple of throws. Just see where they start landing. Consciously bring the dot back to that spot.
First two were quite good. Just above the 20, last one was in the 1.
How centre of the set 20 were they?
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
Treble 1, low in the 20, big high 20 that one.
Aim the dart, alright? Throw it. And just draw back to your lip for me, okay? Draw back to the lip and pause. Okay, step slightly to the left. That's where you are. My
Right.
left, your right. My mistake. You got your left handed. Yeah. Okay. And you're going to try to keep your chest a little bit more to me, a little bit more to the board. Keep your chest there. Draw as central to your face you can. A little bit as central to the face you can whilst being comfortable.
See, that a 1, a treble, and a 5, a low 5.
Yeah.
That feels to me like I'm doing like that.
Oh, no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously too extreme for you. Okay, but that's alright, we'll experiment. Okay, stick to that spot a minute, alright? So you're very slightly more to the centre of the board. Okay, centre of the hockey, very, very more slightly. And then we're going to look at going back to the centre of your lip. The centre of your lip. What did you get?
22, low as well. That one felt like, it felt like where my hand is, it felt like when I was here, the dart was aiming at the 4. Like it felt nowhere, like I had to get it back online.
Yeah, okay, so you also have to remember you have a turn at the end of your draw a little bit.
Yeah,
So you need to be trying to unturn.
yeah,
Okay, so your hand shape shouldn't be going like, if you're holding the dart like this, alright? You've got to turn at the end of your draw, just due to your grip.
yeah,
Yeah? If you let it go early, but you don't want to turn, the dart's going to fly
yeah,
way over there, to the ones. So again, this is why we need that thumb. So we need to be lifting and slightly turning, so that when you're letting it go, you're going through at this sort of an angle.
yeah. Do you think it's worth just like forcing my hand shape straighter? Because we said before, I'm not good enough to time it. Like I can't consistent anyway. I might do it one game, but the next game I'll average 40 again because I can't. And it's so. Do you think it's worth? Do you think it's worth practicing?
Yeah, I think we could.
Because I can't get any worse. I can't get any worse. So
Practice the hand shift, but maybe we could also look at trying to unturn, trying to turn less on the draw as well.
yeah.
You know, the less you turn, the less you're gonna have to unturn.
That's what I mean. I think I need to give myself every chance I've got to throw it down the line because I'm not good enough.
Okay. So look, show me your grip at the end of your draw back.
What, you want it here?
Yeah. Just see it, draw it back and show me what it looks like. front on. Front on. So that is pretty straight there, actually.
Okay.
But when you're drawing back, you're turning your hand.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
So this is because your grip is so closed.
Yeah.
So in order to get the grip more open, rather than having more the side of your index finger than a side, then I would try to have it slightly at an angle.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you're gonna need to adjust the thumb slightly. So rather than being like this, yeah, it would be more like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you start to draw back, you're drawing back by here. Okay. You're right-handed. Biggest finger. So at the minute your grip is very close. You're using sort of the side of your index finger, but then
Yeah.
and then apply the thumb at it. So when you draw back, you're gonna run out of room and you start turning. You run out of room, you start to turn. But if I can sort of get my hand like this, just more the side of the index slightly, then I should be able to draw all the way back, just on this chart by here.
Yeah.
Yeah? So it becomes this rather than this. They're two different things. You know? So try to do it, try to keep it as close. We want to adjust the grip and not reinvent the whip.
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to keep it has to be comfortable. And
Yeah.
that's the other thing. When you make a grip, it's got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
If it's not comfortable, like relatively usable straight away, the chances of you getting used to it are very small.
Yeah.
If it feels unusable, but it's working, we've got a good chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
It will start to feel natural. So we'll try to use more the side of your index finger. Get the middle finger down the barrel of it, and then try to draw as straight as you can. So it should feel like you can actually use your wrist and your fingers and you draw. Oh no, like this. Put your index finger up like this, okay? Now rather than making contact by here,
Yeah.
I want you to make contact a bit more on the side. On the side. And I would try to use more the knuckle if you can.
Okay.
Okay, so try to lift it up higher up your index. Only because as well, okay? By here, there's a lot of soft tissue on your thumb, on your index finger.
Yeah.
And the softer the tissue, the more it's going to want to spin. So if you can go from here to here, just in the knuckle, that should feel a bit more, a little bit less sticky.
Okay.
Okay, now check to see if it feels like you're turning. You want it to be as straight as you can. Another thing I used to, when I switched to my left hand, I had to change it when I had arthritis. It was too painful for me to do. But when I first started getting good with my left, I actually learned to stick my thumb up, a bit like Ross Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So I'd actually pinch the dart more. And that's very useful for opening the grip up. But rather than having your thumb bent back, actually bend it as if you're picking a penny up. It's a different style. As if you're picking a penny up, so you're going to bend the knuckle up with your thumb. Like that. And that should allow you to actually push with your fingers then.
I can't. That's strange.
You can't do it.
I can't. Like that?
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, it should feel like rather than making contact right on the tip top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be up by here. Just for there. It should feel like you can throw it just with your fingers. Yeah, like that. Like a bit like I just use my fingers, okay? I'm about halfway to the board.
Okay.
You can actually hit the double. My fingers hold on your wash. You're very, very odd.
Yeah. Feels like I can't reach the board.
Yeah. And it's not comfortable.
No.
It's not going to work.
I think
Try and do something else.
I could. I don't know if that's. I think it's too long. I could do it if it's sat here in my index finger. I can bend it, but if I get it further up, it feels like it wants to slip
Yeah, don't do that.
down. Then.
Try the other way. Try it.
So resting in there, yeah?
Yeah, rested in the knuckle.
That feels to me like, it feels like, almost like Peter Wright's grip, where it's just like 2 fingers. It feels...
That's kind of how I used to do it.
Yeah.
Just something to try. With the grip, everybody's grip is different. As long as the pressure is good, that's fair enough. The only reason we're trying to change the grip is because you'd rather keep the point straight. And keep the point straight at the end of the drawback, you're going to have to change the grip.
Yeah, that felt like it was straighter on the way back. Like I say, it's so hard for me to gauge where the dart is because I can't see it properly. So it's so hard for me to gauge where it is.
Yeah, that will make it some time. And we'll keep going to your lip as well with the new grip.
They felt better. That felt like I'm stood more in the middle of the board and it feels like I can get it out my hand straight as well. That's better. And they flew straight as well.
Good. We actually looked at it as well, to be fair, dude. Considering this is something you've never done, it was pretty damn good. So the second one you might have turned your hand to touch?
Two lower one, high one, and a 5. The last one was a 5.
Okay.
But
The first two look pretty straight.
that's better. That was nice.
Good.
Oh, good. That was a ton.
Really good as well, to be fair, dude.
That was a good straight ton. That.
It looked really good.
I feel more comfortable being in the middle of the board because I feel like I can throw it down the board rather than throwing it across the board.
I mean, naturally, your body will line more pretty to the left. But there's always exceptions to everything. You have to look at. Is it always better to work with the players independently? I don't do a lot of YouTube videos anymore because it's YouTube. You have to give generic advice. And that's, I know we start with generic advice.
Yeah.
As the more you work with someone, the more you fine tune it.
That was a 140 that time. That was better.
It does. It does. It is difficult, but it's definitely looking a bit better. Keep drawing to the lip. Not too bad.
55.
You're actually very, very slightly misaligned because of the way your hand goes through.
Yeah.
When it's working.
It feels, being back in the middle, feels like my lip's almost in line from where I'm stood. So
Okay, that's not a bad little reference point. That's the type of thing you should be doing as you walk to the board.
yeah.
You always want to line up parts of your anatomy with the dartboard. I used to always think about for me, it used to feel that my left ear was in line with the treble 5.
Okay.
Treble 5 close to the treble 12. Which is really strange. It would make no sense to anyone, but it helped me actually find the same spot. Now I can do it off just looking at the board. I'm so used to doing it. And as long as my chest is pointing in the same place and my elbow's in the same place, I'm good. So I actually think about my chest and my elbow now. But when I first started doing it, I didn't use parts of my head.
Yeah.
Only so, obviously, if it's not going to be straight. It's not, my ear wouldn't actually be pointed there. It's just my visual perception of where it is.
Yeah.
That's all you need. As long as your visual perception's the same every time, you can still use it to your advantage.
This is a lot better. It feels like I can attack the line better rather than hope I time it right.
And try to tilt and swivel with it as well. Try double one. Up and over double one.
Top wire.
Good.
Just
That
above.
line adjustment looked awesome.
Double one.
Yeah. Now you're going to have to remember this grip though for your life, alright?
Yeah.
So after this session, I want you to take as many photographs as you possibly can.
Yeah.
As many voice memos as you can. Write as much down about it as you can. It might make sense to no one but you. But as long as it makes sense to you, that's fine. Think of what players do you think of when you do it?
Yeah.
That can be quite a useful one. Now that sounds nuts. I remember once actually working on the timing of my drawback and I felt like Gabriel Clemens. And it probably looked nothing like Gabriel Clemens.
Yeah.
But when I did it, I thought of it. There was some sort of sensation that made me feel like I was replicating his throw, even though it was just by coincidence.
Better.
You know, great thoughts.
Yeah, it's feeling better. I think that's going to be the way forward. Get back in the middle of the hockey and throw it straight.
Just probably slightly more left than you were originally.
Yeah.
But it's more to the centre and more to the lip. More to the lip.
Oh, shit.
You might have gripped those wrong as well, because you every time you felt like you were could draw onto your lip, you weren't. You know? Focus on the grip again. Think about the grip. Think about the way it feels. Elbow still, draw to your lip. Good. And if you get that grip right on your first dart, and learn to just feel for it on dart 2 and 3,
Yeah.
you're not going to have to think about it in the game, you can just feel for it.
Yeah.
And that's the key, you can't be thinking about your grip in a game. You have to be able to feel for it. And if you play bad because you're thinking about it, be patient with yourself. It's such a hard thing to learn. You know, it's going to take time.
Okay. So I'll try and do it at a normal pace. They're a bit too controlled, I think.
Nice bit of energy.
They're rubbish. Nearly at tops, and then treble 1, then just above the treble.
Okay. Think about the grip. Feel for the grip firstly. Step in, relax, and just pour it.
So I felt that one. I knew when I pulled that one back, I could feel it, like not that bad, but I could feel it.
Feel for that grip.
That's better.
That looked better.
That's better.
So with this new grip, your actual hand is coming across. It's this natural pull.
Yeah.
You're actually dragging them straighter. It's just, you're keeping the same angle of your hand. And when I say make notes, right, I mean literally once, okay? When I changed my grip before, I remember getting it wrong because this index middle finger was here instead of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally that small. As soon as I put it there, I was pushing too much weight on the dart, and it was actually spinning the dart off slightly. I want to put it down there, bang in the centre of the 20. The first dart was always in the centre of the 20.
Yeah.
Put it there, treble 1. And I couldn't feel the difference really. It felt almost exactly the bloody same.
Yeah.
But when I knew what I was doing, it really helped. So it started to go wrong. It's one of the first things I look for.
Yeah. Feels like it wants to. When I pull it back, it feels like I want to do that.
Yeah, use your fingers. Use your wrist and your fingers. Yeah, so when you draw back, you can actually draw with the fingers and the wrist, or just with the wrist. It's your option now.
Because I know obviously the grip's changing, that's probably different, but from before, I knew that doing this would turn the dart even more offline, if that makes sense, but I guess now the dart's straighter, it might.
I think of like Milky, he does it, you know? Wade does it somewhat. Lots of players use their fingers during the drawback.
I think, I don't know, I think it's because it's not quite on, I'm saying that though, them ones there felt like I wasn't in line, so I twisted to get back online.
Try not to use it on the drawback,
Yeah.
try to use them as you go through. Stick with that. And using your fingers as you go through is massively useful when trying to keep straight, okay? You can actually push the dart a little bit straighter as well. But you have to remember to use your fingers when you play under pressure. Because when you play under pressure, one of the first things that tends to happen when you get nervous, you start thinking, your fingers stop moving the same.
Yeah.
So you keep moving on the practice board, keep them moving in again. Yeah. You might need to think about it for the first couple of throws when you play under pressure. start doing it, when you settle in, you'll just keep doing it all night, you'll be fine. But when I used to use my fingers a lot in the throat, which I did, I used to use it a massive amount before the arthritis, and I was better, you know. I was 80 on a bad day then. But
not very good. I don't feel very good. It's still it's feeling a bit closed again.
What's it feeling?
Feeling a bit closed, feeling like I'm aiming right again.
Take your thumb out. Make sure you're getting more the side of your index. You have to practice the hell out of it. Good. The hand shape looked really nice on that first one. Where did you get the first one?
Yeah, just above the 20. It was a ton, but the first one was just a bit high, then low, then in.
If you can get the first one that straight, and then just feel for the grip and let it go, you've got a hell of a good chance of playing better. Yeah, the last one looked amazing.
Yeah, it's better. It's just, I don't know whether that tempo there, it just feels a bit, so, well, obviously you know better than me, but I feel like when I'm practicing, it's all very measured and focused. But if I do that in a game, it makes me more nervous. I'm thinking too much.
Yeah, okay, so I would concentrate on slowing the first one down.
Yeah.
And then just go in with the last 2 and 3. But I'd also put some breathing techniques into it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things you can do. Have we talked about holding your breath?
No. No.
Okay. So there's a sentence Glenn used to always say to himself when he was at his best. Breathe in the confidence, exhale the nerves, free flowing glass. I want to concentrate that once. Go back past the hockey. Okay. Breathe into the nose, breathe in your confidence. Exhale your nerves harder than through your mouth. And let your shoulders drop. Like we did in your pre-shot. Let your shoulders drop. Okay, that should be enough to help you commit to your first start for a big exhale. Okay? Feel for that grip. Look forward. And hold your breath when you throw it.
Okay.
When you throw the next one. A little hold at the end of the draw. Throw it. Good. A little hold at the end of the draw. Throw it. There's a little breath out at the end of each throw.
Okay.
So that you're breathing smaller.
Okay.
And that will help you commit. Hold your breath.
That's fucking terrible. That's fucking
That
bullshit.
second one, yeah, your hand went completely sideways.
Fucking horrible.
But you probably gripped it wrong. Get the grip right on the first. Make sure it's right. Side of the index. Thumb out. And hold your breath and just flick it. Hold your breath, just flick it.
Better.
They looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it's
Where'd they
better.
go?
It was 43, but it was a good 43, if that's a good thing.
Yeah. They looked, it was in the last one and the treble one. It deflected it.
Yeah.
That's alright. It looked pretty damn good.
Sounds fucking... I just stop for a second, it's doing my head in. This is the thing, I'm just... I get, like I say, I played last night and I couldn't hit the board. I played Sunday, just as bad. Like I said before, last week, I'm going in now. I can't remember last time in the competition I averaged over 60. Like, I'm not, and it's not even like, I came away from one game last night thinking, oh, I've done all right there. I got beat 3-0 or 2-0. I thought, oh, I've done all right there. I averaged like 52. I was like, brilliant. It's like, so even my perception of good scores now is like really strange. Do you know what I mean? I've no concept of where I am, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you're learning. So
Yeah.
You're doing things you've never done before. It's not. It's normal to get worse before you get better. I mean, it really is. I mean, okay. At this point, how many weeks have it? I think we should be looking again. We should be going forward now. We should be starting to go forward at this point. But sometimes it'll take a bit longer.
Yeah, it's.
It is very very difficult to. You're trying to break your level of natural ability.
Yeah, it's strange because it doesn't feel like I'm playing as bad as I am, if that makes sense. But I don't know, because I've been playing so bad for so long, it's just become normal. Like, so.
Probably not that. It's probably a little bit of that, right? I mean, sometimes you do desensitize to playing. You know, you think 60 better than it was, but when you were hitting 60s on a bad visit, and all of a sudden you're happy with the 60. But a lot of the time, if your darts are missing small on the practice, but when you feel like you're getting it right and you're missing by small margins, you know you've actually thrown that dart okay.
Yeah.
You just not going to score.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's, you know you're throwing it half decent, you're just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a very frustrating thing to go through when you're picking up treble ones all the bloody time, or treble fives all the time. For me, it's treble ones with my left.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, I hit 26 in treble ones.
Yeah. Oh, every time. So when I was younger, I played a lot of golf. I played like county golf. I was pretty good, and a lot of my coaches, I would say, like, there's a difference between you need to. You can practice all you like, and you can be really good. Obviously, you know, anyone can do it good in practice. Well, I can't at the minute, but anyone can do it in practice. But then you need to learn how to play. Like, it's a different, almost different sport. Like, between hitting golf on the driving range to hitting a ball at the first tee is a different. Like, the strange thing was on Sunday, and I was going to message you about this actually. I think it's because I've been so used to being so poor. My first match on, I think I started ton 140, 86, and I just got really nervous. Then I couldn't have the dart because I'm doing all right here. And then I ended up winning. I think I ended up losing 2-1.
A lot of this is going to be in your head as well.
Yeah.
But it's going to be. There's two things going on here. One, you're trying not to think about it.
Yeah.
And it's not natural yet. You're still learning, so that's going to be incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
You have to be kind to yourself for that. Two, you were just about to hit a height you haven't hit for a while. You thought about that. You could have fall. Like, yesterday I played people I was always going to beat. You know, they wouldn't. The chances of me losing them were very slim. It was an easy night for them. But I had a couple of 180s even when they played bad against me. You know, it would have been easy to get dragged down. Sometimes you get the other side of the spectrum where you can get dragged down yourself as a good player.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the coin, I just imagined I was playing someone else.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at the board once. My singles, I went out in 18 darts. I had a bit of a poor start, then I had 180 and grenade, and then the finish. But I thought it was a 24, 21 darter. I had no idea what it was. And I looked, actually, yeah, I was actually right. It was either 15 or 18.
Yeah.
I had a few drinks, I don't remember now. But it was actually quite a decent leg, and I thought I played terrible.
Yeah.
You know? But if I had thought about playing well, I probably would have missed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the last big singles league title I won. I beat number one in Wales in the WPF, World Captain Mark. He's a fantastic player. And when I came off the board, it was everyone cheering, everyone shouting and screaming. I dragged him down to my level, and they're like, "No, you didn't. Have a look at this." And they've been right and done it. I threw like a 93 average.
Yeah.
If I had known that during the game, I would have fallen straight through the other end of me. You know, there's no way I would have done it. But another thing I would also do is I remember going through something similar myself, right? With when I was already at a higher standard than you're at now, right? But I started going through a stage of playing incredibly well and then incredibly bad. So I thought, well, I'm going to try to change my mindset so that if I hit 60, I'm going to say it's acceptable. I'm going to stop telling myself good darts when I hit 60 and 59. I'm going to expect, that's what I'm going to expect from myself. I'm just going to aim at the treble, accept the big number. And my goal is to hit 59s, 57s and 60s. And when the trebles drop in, the trebles drop in. And it was a big, big breakthrough for my game. And that's when I learned to win things. When I started taking that into tournaments, thinking, right, okay, you might beat me, I might beat, but I'm keeping straight. You're going to have to beat me keeping straight. And if the trebles fall, we both know you got a chance. But I'm keeping straight today. And that are the winnings.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not like pro level things, but You got to win like an EDC event. You got to be able to throw it on.
When I've been playing and I've been thinking, because I know you always say it in your videos and to me, and like you say, you know, hit the big number, accept and then hit the treble goes, blah blah blah. And I do that, but I've been that poor. I've been standing there thinking I can't even hit a big 20. Like, so I've got no chance. Like, so obviously now, hopefully.
This is what you need to do first, and you need to be able. On the practice board, you need to be able to tell yourself you can get the first dart straight at least 7 times out of 10, minimum. 7 to 8 times out of 10. If you can get that first dart in, find the grip, flick forward. So you're learning how to get the first dart from the centre of the board.
Yeah.
You've got to know in your heart, if I do this, I hit the centre of the board. If I do this, I hit the centre of the board. Then it's a lovely little comfort blanket. And that's all you've got to do is not think and just keep them feeling the same. Hold your breath, keep them feeling the same. Then those 60s, 59s, 57s will come back. I think also trying to get a little practice plan going with that as well.
Yeah.
Trying to go like 3 or 4 visits on the 20s without a miss. Or throw 30 darts to the 20, just trying to get 26 of them straight. 26 out of 30 on the 20s. Then do 20, 19, 18, 20, 19, 18, 20, 19, 18. And I would always tell them, so right, I've got to get the treble or the big number. If I hit the little single, it doesn't count. And I used to tell myself that, and I'd have to do it like 9 to 18 times. In a row, 9 to 18 darts.
This is the thing I'm finding, like, I might be doing something in practice, and it's like, that's all right, and then I get into a game, like you say, the game on syndrome, when it's, I can't hit the board.
If that's happening, you're probably going into the game with 1, expectation, if you're going to play well, or 2, you're really just trying too hard.
Yeah.
But expectation is never good. You should be going there with the mindset of, I'm going to implement this throw. I'm going to implement this throw. I'm going to keep them straight, I'm going to implement this throw.
The thing is though, it's crazy. Although like when I was playing, I was like, I don't get like I've gone past stage. I don't get mad anymore. I used to. I'm normally a really bad loser, but I'm so used to losing. It doesn't even affect me now. I obviously don't want to lose, but it's got to the point now where like I'm so low. The only way I can go is up. I can't get any worse. This is I can't physically get. If I threw right-handed, I'll be just as bad. Like, so, I think it's really weird because I still enjoyed playing darts. I still love playing darts. Like, I'm going tomorrow. I don't have to go, but I still want to go and play darts. I have zero expectation tomorrow of doing anything, and I love playing, but I can't keep going out and embarrassing myself. Like,
Yeah.
I know realistically no one cares. Like, literally no one cares, but it's for your own sort of.
Yeah, of course you get embarrassed, yeah.
You can't just keep going out and getting absolutely hammered by everyone. So there we have it. That brings us to the end of the lesson and the end of the video. I hope you've learned something from this and I hope it's been of some value to yourself. It certainly was for me. I have been playing about a week since the video was filmed and have got to say I'm a little bit better. Not great, but better than I was for sure. Getting in the middle of the hockey and sort of getting the fingers through it more with that slightly different grip. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please follow my journey on this quest to Q-School and I'll catch you in the next video.